What's going on, guys? Jon Venus here. So today's video is going to be about how I put on mass. So I've been bodybuilding for about 3.5 years now, and before that, keep in mind that I was always active. I always did a lot of different sports. Ever since I was a small kid, I did judo, basketball, tennis, swimming, skateboarding, football, MMA, taekwondo, a bit of rugby, all that good stuff. And a lot has to do with genetics as well. A lot of internal factors that you can't really control through diet and workout. I've always felt like, you know, having a big muscular body, you know, growing up watching cartoons, Dragon Ball Z and, you know, Batman, Superman, all that kind of stuff. You know, I've always wanted to have big muscles, and I always had quite big muscles. When I was a little kid, like 4 years old, I was always flexing my biceps and stuff like that. And throughout school, I always had big biceps. My dad was pretty muscular, still is pretty muscular. My mom as well, so that definitely has something to do with it. But you know, I still managed to make a huge transformation. Now, when I first started lifting, I had no idea about nutrition. You know, I knew the basic exercise. I've been going to the gym once in a while for you know, since I was 16 years old, but never stuck to a routine or anything like that. So basically, the first year was all about experimentation and really just trying to hit the gym as hard as possible. And you know, I start off hitting the gym 100%. I haven't gone back since, you know. Since day one, I've been hitting it, you know, 4, 5, 6 times a week. So consistency is definitely key, guys. Really important. You know, the diet was not very good, but still the gym was 100%. But I knew that I had to eat a lot of food in order to build muscle. So the first, you know, year, you know, I just ate a lot, and including junk food. So I put on a lot of muscle size really fast, but I also put on a lot of fat. So I guess the main reason for the muscle growth will be being on a caloric surplus. Unless you have excess fat on you, you just start off by eating a lot and putting on muscle. And what I mean by, you know, lean enough is that you have a, you know, kind of visible abs, and you can't really pinch your belly too much. But on the other hand, if you're a little bit overweight, or if you are overweight and have excess body fat, I always recommend going leaner first and then building muscle afterwards. So if I were to put a number on it, I wasn't counting my macros and calories the first year, but I was eating a lot, probably about 3,000 to 4,000 calories, which is a lot for my body weight at the time. I start off around 75, 76 kilograms, and now I weigh 93 or 92. I haven't checked my weight in a while. So let me talk a little bit about training. I did a lot of, you know, high volume. I always try to go as heavy as possible on squats, bench press, and dumbbell curls, and overhead press. Those are the only exercises I did heavy weights on. The rest was, you know, just pumping the muscle, doing around 12 repetitions. That's what I start off with, and that's how I went for the first 1.5 years. And for some reason, I fell into the trap of doing the dirty bulking. I think I was watching Chris Jones or something from Physiques of Greatness, doing all this dirty bulking, getting fat as fuck, and I was like, oh, that sounds like fun. So I went ahead and did that, and fuck, I regret it to this day. This is the picture how I looked after the dirty bulk. Not very impressive at all. You know, I went from decent shape to looking pretty fat. So definitely do not do dirty bulking. You know, I was building muscle probably, but getting way more fat than muscle. So don't do that. You know, if you do that, it requires extreme calorie restriction afterwards to get rid of the fat, which I had to end up doing, which fucking sucked. So don't fall for the same trap as me. So when I had to lean out, you know, I did I restricted my calories a lot, lost a bit of muscle mass. This is a picture that you guys saw in the previous video. Pretty much lost muscle, lost fat, so I wasn't really happy with the results. And around this time I also experimented with the Paleo Diet, which you know, seemed like a good idea. I saw some documentaries about how paleo was awesome, and saw Rob Riches was doing paleo, so I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. I felt horrible. I didn't take a shit for like 2 weeks, and so, you know, I didn't react well to that at all. So what I did after that was, you know, the slow, steady bulk. My nutrition wasn't good, but you know, I stayed away from the junk stuff. You know, I didn't eat an excessive amount of junk food, or you know, excessive amount of calories. So I was able to gain muscle slowly, controlled, and you know, as my knowledge grew in forms of workouts, my knowledge also grew in forms of nutrition. So I cleaned up my diet a lot. So anyways, fast forward to the period that I made the most gains, about a year ago. So that's when I kind of started eliminating meat from my diet, and not that that had anything to do with the muscle growth, but I increased the carbs a lot more. So I was eating less meat and increased my carbs. So as I was cutting off more and more meat, I realized that my strength was going up a lot and my muscle mass benefited from it as well. So I started thinking that carbs were, you know, more efficient than protein for building muscle, and I just carried on like that, eating a lot of carbs, being on a caloric surplus always, and training high volume really hard at the gym. Now keep in mind that I wasn't working, I was pretty sedentary during the day, so that allowed me to go intense, high volume, high repetition, kill myself in the gym. A lot of people can't do that because they have busy jobs and they're active, moving around all day. So it'll be different from person to person. So on the lower meat and lower protein diet, I was able to build quite a lot of muscle. Only in the last stages, I was getting ready for the photo shoots. I was doing carb depletion, so my protein and meat intake went up, which obviously enhances the look a lot. You know, it's not how you look normally. It's a kind of a trick that, you know, people who compete and do photo shoots do, which is not really healthy, but it only lasts, you know, a couple days. So that's what I did, but the rest of the year was pretty low meat, way less meat than every other bodybuilder or person that works out in the gym that I know and have researched online eat. So after the shoot, it was I was pretty much transitioning into you know, the plant-based diet for a long time without even knowing it myself, you know, cutting out a lot of meat. You know, I was going to Subway once in a while and getting some chicken there, but apart from that, you know, not much meat at all. And definitely saw some amazing results. And when I finally decided that I was, you know, going full on plant-based, you know, it wasn't a big change for me because I was already cut out a lot of the meat. The only thing I had to cut out was going to Subway, which was really close to my house. So that's the only thing I missed, the smell from the fresh bread at Subway. So yeah guys, when I started going full on plant-based, 100%, something really weird happened, you know. I think it's because I was consuming way too much calories. You know, I got excited because you were able to get vegan pizzas in Pizza Hut. So I guess it was kind of like the start was like a dirty, you know, bulking vegan diet. So I put on a shitload of weight. Obviously, most of it was fat, but my strength increased like crazy. That's the thing that I can, you know, say for sure, is that when I switched 100% to plant-based, my strength went up a lot. You know, I was doing the bench press, I was training with the bench press with 110 kilos, and 2 months later I was doing 120 kilos for, you know, 5 repetitions. So getting stronger also helps you put on muscle mass. So I think that's also the reason I've been able to put on more mass recently. It's because I've been doing more strength related training. I've been, you know, focusing on at least one set of each exercise, doing as heavy as I can for 5, 6 or 7 reps. And you know, the body has to adjust to the stress you're putting it through. So I think that definitely had something to do with the size gain that I had in the last 6 months. And yeah, basically I've been on a caloric surplus for, yeah, pretty much the 3.5 years I've been on, apart from two cutting sessions. The reason is because, you know, I'm at the age where, you know, my testosterone level is going to be the highest. You know, it's only going to start declining when I'm, you know, over 30. So I want to make the most out of it, make the most out of muscle gains and stuff like that. And after I'm done with this cutting period, I'm going to go back on a lean bulking phase and slowly and steadily gain strength and muscle. So that's pretty much what I recommend, guys. Don't go to any extreme, don't go to the extreme weight gain, don't go to the extreme fat loss. Keep it steady. My abs are getting pretty visible. And you know, that's just way more comfortable, and I can see way better results than the previous times where I was restricting calories too much. I notice I'm maintaining a lot more strength and muscle mass, so definitely go slowly and experiment with different things to find out what works best for you, because everyone is different. So yeah guys, I hope this video answered the question of how I was able to put on a lot of mass during this 3-year period. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on this video, it helps a bunch. You guys don't know how much it helps, you know, just a little just moving your finger like this, it makes all the difference in the world. So your finger movement makes a difference. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.